From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the Comic Relief Crusader.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Titillating Tuesday, where all the mirth and merriment and happiness can be found on the internet and only on this channel. Do not accept any substitutes because there are none. And welcome to everybody in the chat. We got Super Goji Reviews. Hail, dude. Nice to have you here. And we got the indomitable Landrod, purveyor of fine video game adaptations everywhere. Go check him out. Buy his crap. He'll make one for you as large as humanly possible. And joining us on today's stream, we got for the second time Appian. How's it going, dear sir?
Hello, it's going great. Thanks for having me. Hello, everyone.
Not a problem. And we have everybody's favorite New York illiterate joining us on today's stream, the one and only old man himself, not Picard, but he's an admiral. Admiral Geek.
Falls are not an inevitable part of aging and can be prevented. I'm Patrick Stewart for the American Association of Retarded People. Hello, Michael. What are we on? I do not see us on Rumble.
Really? That's odd.
I have searched. Perhaps I have made a mistake. Could you send me the link so I could look? Put that in the private chat.
I will put that in the private chat now.
It is quite strange.
Well, then there you go. And next up to it, we have our mighty Pop Culture Republic.
Hello. Going well. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Well, you did what I did. You have two channels.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're on Mike Lorber. All right. Just so everybody knows.
I have to find a way to somehow try to change that. I don't know why. It's just...
I'm not changing it. I don't care. It's the Admiral Teague Network. I have two channels. Fuck you.
Yeah, okay. Well, then, damn it. I gotta see if I can change that somehow because it's driving.
Well, I'm gonna share. I'm sending out a tweet on torpedoes.
Oh, okay. Good enough one. Let's see. Yeah, so, God, how's everybody's week been?
My week was shite.
Pretty good.
Really?
Mine's pretty damn good, I must say.
Well, okay. And Bloodrod, I know you don't have crap to sell, but make some, and I'm sure people will buy. If you make it, they will buy. So, just do it. Yeah, so, what did we just start the day up? Extra fun here, and we'll just bring up some of the stupid news for the week that I can find on the cesspool that is the internet, and also that I find on Twitter. Here we go. Now, a pupil tells their teacher they identify as a fox. Union leaders warn staff are fearing disciplinary action, and schools are a toxic environment for them.
Wow.
Wow.
I love this.
Do not acknowledge what that kid says. Just say yes and move on. That's my advice.
Yeah, just put them in the corner.
People in Scotland, in Scotland, told their teacher they identified as a fox amid the teaching unions have warned is a toxic environment for the staff.
Especially when they start marking their territory.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be horrific.
You just give them a coloring book, put them in the corner, pat them on the head, and teach the rest of the class what they want to learn.
You know how hard it was to break to my ex-wife that she wasn't a fox anymore? I mean, that was the end of that marriage.
Linrod asks, what kind of fox, though? A firefox, maybe?
That would be most useful for the internet and a good Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? Question, though. If she identifies as a fox, why is she going to school? Why isn't she out frolicking?
I want to know how old they are. What level of school is this?
At this point, does it really matter?
Yeah.
Only a little. Only a little. Well, I mean, if it's like a first grader, it's like, I'm a fox. It's like, yeah, it's like, my cat's breath smells like cat food. It's like, okay, yeah, sure.
I think I heard an actual audio clip of this a few weeks ago. I think they're probably around the grade 5, 6 level.
This is getting to be a troubling point to have that conversation that you're actually human. But you know what? People grow up to be furries, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what do you do if you're that teacher? Jeez, weird stuff.
I don't know, but I heard one student basically arguing with a teacher saying, it's just sheer lunacy. I don't know why I have to identify with this sheer and a pap that I have to identify this stupid fool as a fox. So...
Yeah, I feel sorry for teachers nowadays. All the crap they have to put up with now.
Oh, God.
They're all communists. Let them suffer. No, it's got to be tough. It's got to be tough.
Yeah.
It is, exactly. Oh, God. Is this really what schools have become now?
Well, this is not, it's not in our country, so we don't have to worry about it.
Well,
or your country.
I don't know. I heard another similar story in California that, what was it, that they had to put a literal litter box in the classroom because somebody identified as a cat. I am serious.
Oh my God.
I am 100% serious.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah.
Put that litter box in the front of the class so everyone has to watch.
Yeah,
it's
really sad that it says something about our society that we've gotten to this point where students are just insane.
Yes.
I'd like to point out that after Peter Criss left, Eric Carr became drummer of Kiss, and he identified as a fox and was dead within 8 years of a car accident. So maybe be careful what you identify as.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't work very well for Eric Carr,
no.
who ironically died in an eponymously named car accident. Or maybe he got ill. I don't. It's been a long time now.
If he identified as a fox, it's only because he didn't have opposing thumbs to grip the wheel.
Right.
So,
that could have been part of it. Let's see. I wonder what happened to Eric Carr.
So, Linrod says, yeah, government-funded teachers are the problem. You can't fire them if they suck. This is true.
Yeah.
Nothing coming out of Cali is surprising anymore. So, yeah. Carr was a dang good drummer, too. You are correct, sir. So,
I apologize. Yeah. Eric Carr had cancer. So yeah, be careful what you wish for when you wish you were a fox.
There we go. Yeah. So, and this one that I thought was kind of funny. Yeah, this from Merry Old.
I saw this.
You saw this? Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Oh no, I can't tap this hot bae.
Birth strikers meet the women who refuse to have children until climate change ends.
I saw that headline and I didn't even bother reading the article.
What a way to spin nobody wanting to have sex with you. You know, what a way to spin that.
Yeah, I think it's actually brilliant PR. Appion is correct.
No one will sleep with me. I know I can make this a big fucking deal. Make it about climate change.
I mean, look at this person in this picture. They have assumed, I guess, is this a selfie stick picture? I mean, I don't know. I would say you need to get a level and find out what's up with your floor or that painting.
Yeah.
Are you? Is this woman teaching disturbed like kindergartners? What's with the terrible painting
crooked.
behind her?
Why is it all crooked?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Those eyes, they just peer into your soul. God.
They look right through you into the next woman. I don't think there's ever a danger of this woman having sex with a man to begin with.
Those are the eyes of a dead person inside. So
Yes.
yeah,
Not very lively on the outside either.
no. There's no joy. There's no happiness. It's nobody will tag me, and therefore it has to be about climate change.
You better
I'd like to point
identify
out
as a fox. Protect yourself.
Yes. She is not a fox. No, I'm sorry.
No.
She Fox Force 5, she's not even a 5. She's like a 2. I don't know what to make of this one, because I would just say, if all climate pollution were to end today, right? We just cut it off at the nip, like swiped it right off, like Captain Kirk's balls on Captain Pike's balls on New Trek. You know, like Spock's balls, just put them in the fridge until they calm down. Launched a massive all-out effort to clean up the sea. Climate change is going to continue for like another 100 years.
Exactly. Yep.
The fuck is your point?
She probably is a disturbed kindergartner. Yeah. She likely has no soul either.
She is such a no-win person. I bet you if you were with this person, you know, like let's just say you're walking down the street and she's your coworker. God, I'll have mercy on your soul. But you're working with this person and she's like, you know, I'm gonna go down to the vegetarian place to get some food. And you're like, well, the burger place is right next door. I'll walk with you. If like you got to the place she was going, if you opened the door for her, she would attack you verbally.
Yep.
If you did not open the door for her, she would attack you verbally.
Exactly. There's no win-win situation. You know what? Yeah, I gotta admire her resolve though, because looking at that, nobody would have a family with her whatsoever.
Notice how she didn't say have sex though. She said have children.
Yes.
So it's not off the table.
Those are the ones.
Oh wow, yeah. Way to go, Appion. Quite the investigator.
She's not, claiming to be,
Right.
So you said,
yeah.
So she might not have a baby, but someone can still be a womb raider.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
She's not turning down all the,
Yeah.
all the line around the corner that she's probably got.
I can bet you I know what her favorite band is though.
Susie and the Banshees.
Yeah, that's probably a close second. I was thinking with that haircut, it's probably the Beatles. So,
honestly, I think like a lot of my friends really had like a love for Susie Sue. Yeah. Like she had her moment in the '80s where everyone really thought she was super cool.
Yeah.
Despite kind of not being the most traditionally good-looking lady, and I was just like, I don't know about you people, but I like Deborah Harry. But like, Susie Sue had her whole cult of personality, and the thing about Deborah Harry was, one, she actually was beautiful, and two, her music is really good with Blondie. With Susie Sue, it's like she was kind of mad, and so is all the music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%. So
sorry, you goth people. If you like goth, maybe check out anything else.
Yeah. Let's see, Linrod. Yeah, the level of simping in the world today is pretty insane. Even this creature would still get action.
Yeah.
Sad as that is.
Oh, she goes out and puts one of her cloven hoofs up on a brass rail by a bar. Some guy is gonna try. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Starts talking backwards.
Yeah. How did you know she'd be good in bed? Oh, when she read the Bible walking backwards up the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. I detect the smell of what is that? It's like sulfur. Yes.
Yeah. Brimstone.
Hydrogen sulfide, maybe. So. I don't know.
All I could say is you better have sex now before your pretty face goes to hell. Oh wait.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so there we go. There's our stupid news of the week, and we just covered 15 minutes. I'm impressed with that, so that's pretty good so far. So later.
I love how we just roasted that lady for like 5 minutes.
I know, right?
Good
Yeah.
mileage out of that one.
But I mean, her protestation is so useless that she has brought that mockery on herself. That's like me going out there and being like, I'm not having sex with any 21-year-old girls anymore until climate change ends. It's like there was no threat of that before. It's like I'm not getting there.
No, not really. Rancor Steve on Rumble says, I identify as the asylum's delivery driver for delivering crazy people to the asylum where they belong. Oh, that's from Goat. Okay, well, good enough then.
My address is.
They're coming to take me away. Haha, they're coming to take me away. Ho ho, hee hee, haha, to the funny farm.
Man, if only
Yeah.
we had asylums these days.
Oh, yes, exactly right. God, I would love that.
They'd be overflowing.
Oh, there
You know,
There's not enough room.
Yeah.
have you ever heard the tale of Pilgrim State Mental Institution in Amityville, Long Island? It is a frequently haunted town, also known for its shark problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
They closed down the institution there, and all of the lunatics simply took up residence within the town of Bayshore, where they became crackheads. They're still there to this day, committing crimes, stealing, and of course, smoking relaxing crack.
Oh, there we go.
So be careful what you wish for. No, I saw that destroy an entire town and an entire town's real estate value. That was a very high-end town in Suffolk County. Blue Oyster Cult's from there. People knew of it. It was a place that people wanted to live. Not no more.
That's like if Arkham Asylum, they just like, all right, we're just gonna put you all back into Gotham. Just all have a good time. You're all cured. You're good.
To be fair, Arkham Asylum doesn't do the best job of keeping the loonies from prowling anyway.
Oh no, yeah, they've got an escape rate of like 1 a day or something at least.
Yeah.
And I would have to say, what's his name has a point. John Cena, what the hell is he called?
Peacemaker.
Yeah, he's like, fuck Batman, it's a conveyor belt of injustice when he just puts the Joker in the institution. He's just going to break out again. He's proven hundreds of times that place can't hold him. You've got to kill the Joker.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm like, wow, Peacemaker's kind of not wrong.
No, he's not.
You know,
So,
all this
speaking
will
of...
stop.
oh, yeah.
All this will stop when we get a giant wall built around New York and make it one giant prison.
Oh, Escape from New York. Let's
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
That's,
So, speaking
that's
of
a great
having,
movie.
fun of other people's expense, this
But
show
wait,
doesn't address-
With the
So-
Twin Towers gone, how will Snake Plissken get here?
All right, make it so.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to see a real life Escape from New York. That'd be great.
Oh, that'd be awesome. So, yeah, having fun of other people's expense. Let's have fun at Bob Iger's expense. Because we haven't heard enough of Disney at this point. And the Marvels are coming up in a couple of months. So, yeah. So, this from Bounding in the Comics. After Disney CEO Bob Iger says he wants to keep the company out of the culture war,
You're too late.
Too
You're
late.
too late.
company
Too late.
promotes the Marvels with vile identity
You're
politics.
way too late, dude, to say that. You've stoked the fire. You picked
I
the
did.
side, and then now
Way
it's like, no,
too
no,
late.
we're staying
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's like
All too easy. All too
I I think I want to paint my house red, sir. It's on fire.
Oh, well done.
Be quiet. I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Was it
Yes.
lead paint? Yeah, it was. So the Walt Disney Company and Marvel Studios continue to double down on the culture war, despite the company's CEO Bob Iger's recently claiming he wanted to keep the company out of any kind of culture war. Really? Imagine that.
That's right. You say what people want to hear and do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly. So, in an interview with CNBC's David Haber, Iger was asked about how he would respond to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' accusations that the Walt Disney Company is sexualizing children and has become a woke corporation. Really? Okay. So Iger answered, Well, and seeing now somebody's popping in right now, I'm going to add them in. And who was that? I heard a pop.
I'm presenting a screen. Could that have caused the pop?
Oh, yes. Do you want me to save that for later?
You can do it after you finish up about this story because it's kind of the. Oh, hey, we have somebody new. Godfather, welcome, buddy.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey guys, what's up?
And
Isn't that pop? Isn't that
That's
pop the
good.
fucking best? That pop has saved me so much embarrassment since I found it.
I know, right? Welcome, Goatfather.
How's it going, guys? What did I miss?
Well.
It's hot as shit.
Well, we're having fun at people's expense, so which is the norm pretty much on this show every day. So, or at least every Tuesday. So, yeah, and we've spared no expense making fun of Bob Iger. So Iger, in an interview at CNBC's David Faber, answered, "Well, so far, what we've said publicly is that we're concerned that he has decided to retaliate against the company's." Against the company for a position the company took on pending legislation in that state. And frankly, the company was within its rights, even though I'm not sure it was handled very well. It was within its rights to speak up on an issue constitutionally protected right of free speech and to retaliate against the company in a way that would be harmful to the business was not something that we could sit back and tolerate. Ooh. And so we filed a lawsuit to protect our First Amendment rights there and to protect our business, frankly. Really, Bob?
I remember when they were an entertainment company.
I remember
Yeah.
that too,
Yeah.
right?
Remember that?
Yeah. Remember
They
there
cared
was,
about
things
entertaining.
that were entertaining.
yeah, remember there
Remember
was
the days.
such a thing as quality instead of quantity, and
Pepperidge
The-
Farms remembers.
Pepperidge
yeah,
Farm.
that's right. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Captain Pike remembers.
There's a face only a mother could smash. So
It's Stormy out with a chance of dropping profits.
exactly. So, what's it at now? Like something like $85 a share or something like that, probably now.
I don't know, but how the fuck is Facebook up to 300 from 80 in the course of a year?
I haven't the faintest idea. I don't know. It's like Facebook is pretty much for old
Facebook
people
still
now.
around?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah.
So
I guess Facebook's a glutton for punishment because every country keeps suing the crap out of them.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so shocked their stock is just shooting up.
yeah. So I have the faintest idea. I detect some shenanigans going on in that company. So
Either that or dumb. A big money is dumb money, and they're like, "Oh, this social media thing might be here to stay. Well, what should we buy? Well, we already acquired MySpace. What's left?"
yeah,
Yeah.
monopoly money. So Iger then revealed he does not want the company to get into any kind of culture war. Well, too late for that. The other issues that you referenced, the last thing I want for the company is for the company to be drawn into any culture wars. We've operated for almost 100 years as the company making product that we are actually proud of in terms of its impact on the world. I joke every once in a while, we're there to manufacture fun.
You know, they
A new definition to the word fun that I'm not familiar with.
yeah, like what the fun like a tiger tank in World War II. What the fuck are you talking about, Bob? This has not been fun for some time.
Yeah. Explain the past 10 years, really.
God, explain the last year.
Yeah.
It's more than 10 years now, right? When was the last?
It has been, I think, like a good milestone marker is when Disney bought Lucasfilm in what, 2012?
When was? Just go
Something
see
like
when the last Kevin Spacey movie was, and we'll know where we were a year into it.
Was it K-Pax? No, he made a.
K-Pax was fun.
No, he
They had They had the man who fell to earth in K-Pax with him, and they still couldn't make any sense of that movie or the man who fell to earth that never fucking made sense anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ledrod says, yes, F is for the fire that burns down the city. U is for the uranium bombs. N is for no survivors.
I love the SpongeBob reference. Points for them.
Well done.
Kudos to you, Ledrod. You won the internet for the day. So,
It's funny that Disney, one of the people that started the culture war, doesn't want to be involved in any culture wars when they literally created this shit.
They kind of gave out
to the culture war itself.
Yeah, they gave it great life. You know, they put a lot into it.
Isn't it when they go to culture war, when they culture war on stuff, isn't it a massive self-owned? Because until 1990, maybe 2010, they were still trying to make movies that didn't have you go screaming out of the theater throwing up. You go see Elemental.
You know what? Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
No.
Let's see. I'm going to say probably around maybe 2000, if I'm not wrong, 2015, when they started doing all these live action adaptations, starting with, what was it, Maleficent? And then I think The Jungle Book, and, so on and so forth.
People didn't have bad shit to say about those particular remakes, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They went at them like they were a real movie, not like we got this story laying around, we're going to make our money. They made too much money off The Jungle Book. And now where's Jungle Book guy? Favreau jumped ship. He's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
He's like, I set everything on fire, now I'm going to leave.
It's like looking at the past 7 months, like, Bob, for God's sake, grab a clue.
Well, this is all his own doing, right? These are things that he left in the pipeline so that he could destroy a Paycheck. Bob Paycheck was there, right? And he was like, once all this woke garbage is gone, we're going to make better movies. And people were like, we got to get rid of this guy. He's talking sense.
You want my
literally
honest
did a
opinion
show
on it?
where the internet, it was the bad guy. Go ahead.
So, my honest opinion in CEOs like this, companies like this, the logical way you have to teach these idiots is, let's say you're out complete middle of the ocean, no one's nearby to help you. You decide, because other people told you, it's a smart idea to start poking holes in your boat with a screwdriver, and you start sinking, and you just say, everything's fine. They told me this is fine, that I should just be
fine.
It's with the trend. I should keep with the trend. This is fine. And then by the time the boat is no longer underneath them and they're treading water, they're still saying, this is fine. Somebody will bail me out.
They're not just forgettable.
Right.
No, they were just forgettable, not insufferable.
This whole statement is ridiculous
I don't
because
know.
She-Hulk exists.
Oh, God. Oh, we'll get to
She-Hulk
that
literally
later.
contradicts the entire culture war argument of Disney. Like the whole show was created to be a fucking attack on fans and to create a stir up.
Oh, big time. Oh,
I love these quotes. He would later reiterate, I really don't want to engage in the specifics except to say that it's our goal. It's not our goal to be involved in a culture war. Yeah, you know what? That's a fucking fine thing to say after you just bombarded everybody with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe
I
you
saw-
not one bit.
You have been blasting this message at us non-stop since The Force Awakens, and maybe it started before that and I didn't know it, but no, you hired crazy people, you self-owned for years, and now people don't want to go to your park.
They
No,
need
exactly.
to put like a big Pinocchio nose on him. You know what I mean? Like when Pinocchio lies, have a big fucking nose, like stretch all the way out.
Growing and growing. And,
Yep.
it'll reach all the
We
way
That's
don't want
right.
to be in
here.
culture wars.
well, remember even a few months ago, we talked about this with, what was it, the Proud Family,
Yeah.
right? About all the stuff that they were injecting into that. Like who built this country? Slaves built this country. And then what was that? They're supposed to be like in California or something like that. That this land was just taken away from us. Like there weren't any slaves in California. You're just pushing a stupid narrative that never existed in the first place. You're pushing friggin' this culture war crap on everyone by deluding everybody with with what's not the truth.
In addition to that,
Yeah, in addition to that, it's like, oh my god.
I don't like to get too political, but since this person's a joke, I'll just say it. I saw this fucking idiot called Cornell West on TV yesterday. What a fucking moron. He's like, what's your solution to poverty? He's like, well, what are we going to do when this country had slavery until 1850? I'm like, wait a minute. That's like 100 and... How many years? 70 years ago? Shut the fuck up. Like, he just asked you a question. It's like, what would you do about the war in Ukraine? Well, brother, I just think... And, like, he's calling Cooper Brother Anderson. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this? Is this, like some kind of a joke? Is this like when, like Vermin Supreme runs for president every 4 years? And he's always the front runner after the first election because he lives in the first town to vote?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Is that
I'm so tempted to vote for Vermin Supreme as well.
He's the weirdo
right.
who puts the... Well, he's only on the ballot in, like, that town.
Yeah.
I think he's the leader after one place because all his friends write him in.
Is that why I keep seeing decals that say Supreme and it literally just says that?
Maybe. No, Supreme is some douchebag clothing brand, right? Isn't Supreme is like...
I think so.
I don't know I don't know if you're... What, it's sort of like the Ed...
and stuff, yes.
Yeah, it's the Ed Hardy hat of today.
Yeah.
It's like letting everyone know that you have money to burn.
Expensive as shit for a logo that's basic as fuck. I don't understand.
It really is. I thought that it was...
lettering. It's nothing. There's no design.
All they did was take the Kirkland off of above Supreme. It looks like Kirkland Supreme Farms and like they make the bad cookies and bad cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like Ledrad says, these bigwig executives don't watch the products that they greenlight. He probably lives under a rock. Yeah.
I think at this point, they're seeing some of them.
He definitely hasn't watched Peter Pan and Wendy. He never watched that shite.
I think he has to go to the premiere.
No.
Don't you think he finds out at the premiere? He has to be at the premiere, right? And how scared are you as the Disney president at the premiere? Because that's where they fired their last president, was in the middle of a premiere.
That's right.
It's like,
so it goes on to say, our goal is to continue to tell the wonderful stories and have a positive impact on the world. You know, we were the preemptive entertainer in the world, and we're proud of our track record there. The notion that Disney is in any way sexualizing children is quite frankly preposterous and inaccurate.
Is it?
Wow.
and then World War II ended. The fuck out of here! When's the last time? Go ahead.
Even in their old shit, they had sexual stuff. We all know about, like, you know, the word sex in Lion King, the big penis on the poster.
Damn it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So those are the ones I was aware of.
Right? Like, the big
What
penis
about-
on the Little Mermaid art. There was, like, porno that slipped into, like, the Aristocrat, or one of the mouse one. Like, a lot of movies had sexual stuff hidden in there back in the day.
DuckTales.
Yeah.
In the background of DuckTales beginning, it said, fuck the world.
Yeah. Aladdin, he says to the tiger for some reason, he says, hey, take off your clothes. He whispers it to the tiger. It's so fucking strange.
Oh, wow.
It makes no sense.
Huh.
I remember watching it and I played it back. I'm like, did that really happen? You know?
Huh.
It did.
That is so surreal. Damn. Like,
Well,
some
with
of
the
those
la-
are muddy little things like
When a genius like Will Smith wants to ad lib, you go with it and you work it into your movie.
oh yeah.
Well, not the new Aladdin, the original cartoon.
No, once Will Smith remakes a movie, the other one doesn't exist in my mind. Sorry.
No, that's true.
Damn, Robin
So
Williams.
just days after these comments, the first big promotional push for the upcoming The Marvels film, oh my god, uses the Walt Disney Company promoting it through vile identity politics, one of the major weapons being used to attack Americans in the culture war. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly about the film, Tanoia Paris, who plays Monica Rambeau in the film, shared, I'm excited that the MCU has 3 lead women, all from very diverse backgrounds, and they're all baddies in their own way, she added.
Wait, how's blonde-haired white lady diverse?
I don't know. But she added, it's going to be really exciting just to see these smart, fun, intelligent, and troubled women find their way.
$100 says the villain's a white man. Who sees that action?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
You know-
exactly.
Probably a safe bet there.
There was supposed
Probably
to
a
be
safe bet.
a
God.
strong line between that old fanfic site and everything else. Why can't we just keep the stupid garbage fanfic on fanfic where it belongs and call it a day?
Yep.
Now,
Right?
Disney,
We
Disney
had
has embraced the fanfic and made it their own.
there are novels from the 70s where Spock was as stupid as we saw last week. I mean, just read that.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Exactly.
The Star
Jesus.
Trek novels are it's fucked up that Star Trek turned into the gay fan fiction that people were writing in the 70s. It's fucked up.
It
Like,
is.
that was supposed
And
to
you
be
know
like
what?
lighthearted.
And here's the other thing, okay? Because before Disney bought Lucasfilm, right? There were like tons of YouTubers out there that were making their own independent fanfic films, and some of them were actually quite good, and that actually followed a really good storyline and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, Disney's like putting the hammer on them. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's our property. You can't do that. If you do that, we'll sue. We'll sue so hard. They
The
did it
rat
to,
goes public in a year.
They did it to, they did it to Star Wars Theory. Remember a couple of years ago, he did a Star Wars fanfic, Star Wars Theory, and boy, did they nail him! Right, take it down.
he
or we're gonna sue your ass.
He started talking like he started using the word Lucas before Star Wars at that point and has never stopped. Like he's just he'll still watch the Disney stuff. I give him credit for his endless optimism, or he's just cynically using their PR to build his channel. Because if you look at people who are like, say, at my level on YouTube, some of them have like 100 or so subs more, but no engagement at all. It's because they're like, Obi-Wan's going to save Disney. And like at episode 5, when the show's tanking, they're like, this was some of the greatest Star Wars we ever saw. Finally, it's done right. And it's like, you gain these people and they're lost. Well, after one decent episode, everyone runs to Amazon to give like Star Trek Strange New Worlds 5 stars. It doesn't go back when Spock eats 4 pounds of bacon. So maybe I made a mistake. This show sucks.
Stoner Spock. Ah, that was great.
I was fucking dying. I was
it
dying when
I know.
I was laughing the right and wrong way at the same time. You know.
And
I just
that
want to say
being
this
said,
is
if you're like what you're seeing here on YouTube and Rumble, please hit the like button and share and subscribe and do all the kind of things that help keep the show going and whatnot. Because remember, our suffering is your entertainment. So carry
Can
on.
I say something
When-
about? Can I say something about this actress, real quick?
Yes, you can.
She's a fucking sheep, and she sounds like all these other people. Like you are not an individual. You are just joined. You have become a part of this amalgam blob of all these different women that have said the same tired shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
That lead
They-
women.
They'll
It's
all
diverse.
say the same
just like,
talking points.
I've
They're
heard
all
this
the
1,000
same
times.
talking points.
Wait a minute.
You know what,
No.
bitch? They told you were going to be the next James Bond, and then they changed that. So fuck you, Monica Rambeau.
I'm so tired of all these people molding together in like one annoying statement.
Can I ask a quick question? Does anyone else wonder why she's wearing a spacesuit that has no gloves? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't she be sucked out the sleeve?
Yeah.
No, she has superpowers, and she's a woman, and she's a
Yeah.
woman of color. That
I am
can't
woman,
happen to
hear
her.
me roar.
Yeah, she has plot
That's
armor.
right. Yes, plot armor. That's upheld by
Literal.
cartoon physics. So that's what it is. So
That's crazy.
But Paris was not the only one to push the culture war, taking point to promote the film.
God.
Brie Larson, everybody's favorite, Brie Larson,
Another
who
sheep.
reprises her role. Yeah, oh God, yeah, I know. Who reprises her role as Captain Marvel, also pushed the diversity is our strength messaging because she told Entertainment Weekly, "I understand that the feeling of being afraid to let go of control, of being afraid of passing on responsibility to others, you almost want to take in all the burden yourself." So I think this is incredible. This is an incredible metaphor for learning how to be in a team. It's a very clear example that no one person can do it all. You need all kinds of skill sets, all kinds of people with different viewpoints and different backgrounds in order to save the world, she asserted. God, make me puke.
Wow.
Jeez. So,
Does she-
so,
What?
so in
What
one
the hell?
statement, they're all about independent, but you got to be in a team.
Queen of the sheep.
Now, last I checked, there's no I in team.
Oh, what happened? What happened? Where was all this talk when she thought the movie was going to be all about her?
Yeah,
I just
right.
want-
Oh, hey, Carla Burton, how's it going?
Hey.
We missed you.
Hey, Carla Burton.
No more Doom Chick. She is now Carla Burton.
That's right, and we're also on Rebel, Carla, just to let you know. So at the same time, because I care. Yeah, because like what I reported earlier, nobody gets along with her, and just
Oh man.
Maybe you
Interviews
want
of
to
her
present.
sitting next to people. Oh my
God.
God, you could tell they just want to get the fuck out of there as soon as possible.
I love
Maybe
how
you wanna-
they were so desperate in that one movie promo. I don't even remember what movie it was, where they tried to make her, assets look good and make it all tight and good looking. It's like, that's not why people go to see the movie, right? They want to see the movie. They don't want you to try putting lipstick on a pig and making the pig look a little better.
She looked. She doesn't. It's not from the ankles up. She's all right. It's between the ears where the problem is, and I don't know
Yeah,
what
exactly.
her excuse is because the same year we saw Kong Skull Island with half of the same people in her, and that movie is not really that much of a. I liked. I laughed through it. I had fun with it. I thought it was the most enjoyable Kong movie since the first one.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing's really as telling as the cast interviews from Avengers and Endgame and all that, where you had the cast, and then you had Brie Larson. You could see Chris Hemsworth, Jeremy Renner, all of them were physically trying to move their chairs away from her.
Yes.
And lean in their chairs far away from her. Jeremy Renner's reaction was the most telling. If you ever
He went home and ran himself over with his truck. He was so upset. Anything but another movie. They're like, you're going to be in Captain Marvel 3. He's like, I got a thing to say about that.
No.
If you think about it.
There's only one way out of this movie.
So Brie Larson is basically sitting there, and she's saying, "Look at me. I'm the invader now."
Hey, Mike, you want to share the screen for a moment that I presented there?
Yeah, sure. Okay, hold on here. We'll just share this screen here.
Would you shrimp this woman? These are Brie Larson's toes, as you can see from the...
God!
No.
Oh, dear, merciful, sweet...
Now, here's a question. One, why are they fucking filthy? And two, why does she only have 4 toes?
I think the other one's been absorbed by the shoe.
But, I mean, open-toed shoes...
one with us.
Open-toed shoes,
She had to
you're doing it
sacrifice a
wrong.
toe to the Disney gods.
Is this how God marks bad people? It's like it grabbed Megan Fox and Brie Larson and like messed up some of their digits. I mean, if you got to be ugly, the ankles down is the place to be it. But wow,
Leprosy. So,
Right,
God,
this is 5 years.
Like socks on or something. She can cover those bad boys up.
This
I
is more than
can't
7
unsee
years
that
ago. Now think about the 7 years she's had to ugly these feet up. They're not looking any better, guys.
I want to hear Quentin Tarantino's take on these feet because he loves feet, and I would love to hear Quentin's feet review. Quentin, if you're out there, let me know.
We just got an announcement across Twitter. Quentin Tarantino retires from Hollywood rather than look at Brie Larson's feet. Thanks, Mike.
He's skipping his last movie.
He's like, does anybody even want me to direct anymore? I don't know.
Yep,
Mike, do me a favor. I'm gonna do everyone a favor and unpresent. That was horrible. I was starting to get a
good
little.
enough.
I have food here. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So, man, clean your feet, woman. Holy jump! It's bad
Especially when
enough
you're
that
gonna
we
go
have
out-
to look at this.
Yeah,
It's bad enough that we have to look at this like insane looks that she constantly has on her face. Now we got to
yourself-
picture her feet on top of that.
you're going out
This
in
is the
public with
only-
your feet showing, on a like a gala event. Maybe clean those shit up. Have someone do it for you.
Can I just say, as we look at her here, though,
Take a bath.
This is from the Captain Marvel show. Yeah, like clean your feet with a wire brush, lady. But
Exactly.
This is from the Miss Marvel TV show, right? This shot right here, Brie Larson as Captain Marvel in the Marvels. Yeah, so it's from the TV show. She seems, it's too late now for her to fix anything, but she seems to have stopped listening to the people who told her to make her body over into a man's very feminine silhouette. She was ending up like starting to look like Pink. You know what I mean? With that weird workout routine that made Pink into like a box-shaped woman.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like how they did with...
A heart-shaped box.
Yeah, kind of like how they did with Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. They made it very boxy.
God, they just
Did that go through to the movie, or is that just in that?
It did. No, it did.
And is my volume better now? Because I think it was too loud.
Karen Gillan deserves better. She is a beautiful woman. She deserves better than that.
Totally.
Exactly. You know, speaking of her, she's like an exception to the rule. And I don't quite know why, but she does have the beauty. Usually when you get like a really tall, super tall woman, they don't look good. She is the exception. She does look good. I feel like putting her in Doctor Who was a little bit of an insult because it didn't really play on her as well as it could in terms of her looks and her acting ability.
Yes.
Oh, and hey, Lenrod, thanks for stopping by and have fun at work. So great that you could drop by, dude.
Yeah, take care. Yeah, like fucking say what you will about the Jumanji movie, but man, she was smoking hot in that movie. Like,
good creative Jumanji.
Mm-hmm. So Zawe Ashton, who plays the gender swapped, oh god, here we go again.
Ronan,
the gender swapped Kree villain, Dar Ben, also made it clear that this is a girl power film. If it wasn't already, she said. It's this.
I had no clue.
Yeah, it's this all-female sci-fi extravaganza with a woman on the other side of the camera. I felt very moved, actually, being involved in it. It's not just an environment you're often in. A high-budget movie with all these badass women and Samuel L. Jackson.
Another sheep.
That just doesn't happen, she said. Oh, my God.
Like, they all start to mold together, don't they? Like, all these women just coming off, like, an assembly line of, like, basic statements to talk about diversity and how amazing and badass these women are.
Yeah, exactly.
This movie has a chromosomal rating of XX.
You know, this is just like a version of the Borg that nobody asked for, where it's just females and resistance is patriarchy.
We are the bitch.
Add one more X and you'll get an R.
When you have to change the Borg, like, come on. Let it go.
Your salary and credit rating will be added to our own.
Not
now,
even the Borg is safe.
Can anybody remember the, let's put it this way, the last woman that directed a supposed MCU sci-fi extravaganza?
Was it the Eternals lady?
It was the Eternals lady. Ding, ding, ding. You are correct, sir.
God, that movie fucking sucked.
Oh, God. Yes.
What a train wreck.
So
I forgot Angelina Jolie was in it and shit. Like, I was talking about it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
See, because I like Angelina Jolie.
Hayek.
She's done a lot of good action stuff, but this was just like, she plays a forgetful robot, basically.
Yeah.
They turn them into robots of all things,
some half-assed fucking Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's like, well, wow, then these Eternals can't these Celestials can't be that all-powerful then. If they make a robot that constantly forgets her identity.
And if they're if you're so eternal, where were you in the fucking Chitauri? We're gonna end all life on Earth.
Oh, they give the most half-baked, half-assed reason that they didn't help. It's so fucking stupid.
Oh, did they? They did have a reason though. What was
they
it?
tried to give some reason.
We don't
Tony Stark and the other people had it.
Yeah.
Until we need to for profit for
exactly
the movie.
We only deal with the deviant problem. However, Thanos in the comic is
literally
a deviant.
Yeah. And Thanos and what Thanos is doing is literally exactly what the Eternals would fight against, because he's denying the life and they need the life to build the planets. So they would 100% fight Thanos, like 100%.
Right, but if they eliminated half of everyone, but it was like gender based, like you might get some of the right, like, I'm going to eliminate all men, perfectly balanced as all things should be. It's like,
is that Bob Iger talking, or
Yeah.
Thanos.
It's the same thing. It's the
There's a
same
Thanos.
thing.
No.
That needs to be a Bob Iger picture with him with the glove from like the end of Avengers. Like, fine, I'll do it myself.
I am a graphic designer. I can make that happen.
You know what I mean?
I gotta say, does anybody else here think that the reason he thought that he could like get into politics and just carpet bombed one of the greatest creative studios that we had as far as children's entertainment and family entertainment with this garbage is the California recall law had him thinking he could take like 2 steps to president. It's like, I'll be governor at the end of the year and president in 3. Yeah, and now 10 years later, here we are, fucking like the West laid dreams of mice, men, and Bob fucking Iger.
Exactly. So, carrying on here, Iman Vellani, who reprises her role as Miss Marvel, seemed to be the only one to push back on this narrative, albeit she also appeared to falsely buy into the vile ideology of transgenderism that points you to change your sex from male to female or female to male, and that males can identify as females and vice versa. She said, "We're lucky. We're really lucky because we have such a plethora of female characters with real flaws and real arcs. Time and time again, it's proven that not only do these stories have such a robust fan base, but they sell." And then she further declared, Marvel's always championed that idea that finding this idealized version of yourself through their characters, a version of yourself that can fly in space and a train with one hand. I think that aspiration to be greater than who you are is such a universal feeling regardless of gender identity. I hope these people recognize that and find ways to identify with all our characters.
Oh,
You know,
I don't talk really
Mike, I decided to make something for you.
Yeah, you gotta embiggen the goat father. It's hilarious.
well. Okay, good enough. I shall embiggen him.
Yeah.
Embiggen. Okay, there we go. Yes. There we go.
We are
Wait, no, go back. Go back.
We'll convert your biologically distinct
Oh, there we go. Yeah. We are the woke. Lower your dicks and surrender your patriarchy. We will convert your biological distinctiveness to female. You will adapt to service our agenda. Resistance is patriarchy.
This is part of why
run away.
This is part of why I say the last Star Trek movie is Star Trek Generations, and that it ends in the middle when then we go into the unbreakable dream machine, because the Borg never had a leader until this next movie that I think is just a dream in the Nexus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck that movie. Fuck First Contact. It's so stupid.
Oh God, it is too, isn't it? Though, but
And about Miss Marvel, I really want her to explain to me what the plethora of women that have strong arcs are and flaws. Tell me which ones. Could you
Right?
please explain to me which one?
Oh, I can arc cap. Let me arc Captain Marvel for you now. You ready? Okay. She starts out. She's very strong and she's extremely feminine. Then she gets nerfed a little by jealous men after another woman very competently put the Tesseract inside of an engine that blew up all over her. Then later on, she's given a blood transfusion. And we never really find out which of these 3 events gives her powers. However, by the middle of the movie, we see her flying in space with a helmet on. When the movie ends and she mass genocides the movie's bad guys, while screaming in ecstasy as she flies through their phallus-shaped ship, we can see that she knows. Oh, hundreds of millions. But here, here's the thing. It was like the size of an Imperial Star Destroyer. So figure like a couple of thousand. Like how many sailors are on a U.S. Nuclear aircraft carrier? It was comparable, in my opinion, if not bigger. And she's happy. This is like she's in her element. But at the end of the movie, her arc is complete because she can not only fly in space without a helmet, she can fly light speed, as we see her warp away with the light speed vessel.
But she had so many flashbacks of her falling down and getting up, so, you know.
Yeah.
I like when we flash. That movie has the best.
Don't you know?
Do you know?
Don't you know that men are here to service women? I would agree with that.
Yes, you should smile more.
I
Dance puppets perform for your vaginally endowed masters.
Yeah, I, my lord, I will do my part.
Yes.
Do you think Dr. Paul could help her with her feet? Brie Larson, that is. I'm still fascinated by how horrible that was.
Oh my God.
She literally has clothes. She needs
to like go around the world like Doctor Strange, like you know how he's trying to fix his hands, but he's like she goes around the world trying to like fix her feet. Like I've been around the world, I've tried magic, nothing works.
I have an endless supply of Brio plans pads, and I don't know what to do with them. Nothing works.
Went to a monastery in the Middle East. Nobody would help me.
You know what? I mean, as hard of a job I have at times, you know, like wearing work boots and stuff like that.
Good father. It's Ernest Borg 9. Get it?
So good.
No,
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
that was good.
They didn't want the K. They didn't want the K's on. They didn't want the K's on. They don't want Ms. Marvel.
No,
I mean, the Borg would look at Disney and be like, "All right, we'll go absorb some other stuff."
Destroy Disney. Absorb
We'll go
Paramount.
elsewhere.
We're good.
We're not interested. We don't want it. We'll pass hard.
Your genetic distinctiveness will. Oh wait, forget it.
Sure, the Borg were heading towards Earth, but then they made a sharp U-turn.
And ran away at high warp.
Yep. So, can you imagine if Disney ended up buying Star Trek? Oh, dear Lord.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
They own it. They own it.
Yeah, I suppose. So,
No, they own a part. They own a piece of it. I think. Listen, don't rake me over the coals here, but there's like split licenses on Star Trek between like 3 different parties, and I think that they have a piece of one of the licenses. And if you watch the show Loki, they use transporter technology without explaining it or paying for it. So it feeds my conclusion. Well, he goes into a transporter TARDIS, but he's basically, you know, like he beams from one place to the next.
yeah. And I suppose they did share that common license with Indy 5 when that came out. Oh, God.
All you have to do is hire... Listen, this is one of the deals going on, right? With the Orville, it has a few producers because 2 or 3 of them are from Star Trek.
Yep.
This way they can do anything from Star Trek, and those producers can be held out there like a human shield and say they did the Star Trek which is why they take so much more for the next generation than other ones. But you know what? That's why we have the 2 extra executive producers on the Orville. That makes sense. Brandon Braga is just copyright shielding them from other people, and they don't have a transporter on the Orville because they would get sued.
Yep.
That's
Thank you,
not
Carla.
a TNG idea.
Only us can make an article last an hour. We try. We try so hard.
We spent 2 hours talking about how I couldn't read. This is nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, that's true too. So, so seeing how we're pretty close to the 1 hour mark, we'll just take
Time already.
It is time already. I know, right? Like time.
Yeah.
Going for a treat.
Yeah. So we'll just take a brief commercial break for Omega Mart.
This should be fun.
Over your equipment and computer, well, smash it away with 404 not found spray cleaner. That's right, not your cup of tea. Another annoying robocall. Spray yourself. As good as new. 404 not found. From Omega Mart.
What did I just watch?
It was like a real life Minecraft guy.
Exactly.
I'm always
He was
just
destroying
puzzled.
stuff. That poor ship.
I was just like waiting to see which one of the 3 things we get. We either get like strangely hardcore satanic message in a hilarious way, like a dead milkman song. A commentary on being hillbillies, and option 3 is totally batshit. We got option 3 this time.
I thought it was a Disney like shareholder meeting,
A Disney shareholder.
No.
Yes.
This is going to be our latest show.
Goggles on.
I know from work when I used to work in production in New York, it was grounds for firing on any Disney. When Disney on Ice would come to New York, one thing you weren't allowed to do is call it the Rat, or you would be fired. That was part of your contract.
Oh,
You'd be fired on the spot for using the term the Rat.
Jeez.
We've been sensitive over that, aren't we?
Why.
I don't know where I don't know where it came from, but as far as their contract,
I'm sure. I'm sure we can find out.
No, but when Disney would come to town, the truth is Disney on Ice was easy work for stagehands, and you would make good money, and it was fairly easy. And the cast, they're not like the Rolling Stones; they're just former Olympic team members from different countries who do Disney on Ice. You know what I mean? And it's a nice, easy week of work for everybody in production, as compared to loading in and loading out a show every day. You know what I mean? And when and where you have to be at work, so people would enjoy it, but they would still be whenever you talk about it, be well, this is a rough month, but the Rat's coming in October, and we're all going to be doing good then.
Yeah, say rat. That word's a no-no around here.
Everyone always, only, and ever called it the Rat after that term was made public, after that contract was made public. Soy boy Bitcoin. Yeah, Godfather, you have to really love Star Trek to have this level of satirical knowledge.
Hello, Dos Wolfen.
Oh, I just
hey,
know
Dos Wolfen, how's it going, dude?
That's great.
Hello there, Dos Wolfen.
Hello there.
Hello. Yeah. We assimilate soy and soy-based products.
They even
this is a good dream.
They even fucking ruined Obi-Wan Kenobi, man. Can't even nothing to say.
To be fair, he was very eager. He's get me out there on that ledge already. He was so in on it. He's I've heard that some of you have been making comments about how our show isn't quality and blaming it on the quality of the acting. Well, fuck you then. And it's your voice, it's it doesn't sound the same when you're Obi-Wan as it used to. Even you mailed it in. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, not that we can't have enough fun with Disney, but this I found was just freaking hilarious. I love this.
Yes. Yeah, me
She-Hulk
too.
attorney at law writer Cody Ziegler claims he received a residual check for $396.
I feel like you were overpaid.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You were overpaid.
You were so overpaid.
I suffered through that fucking show for free. You got something.
They overpaid you by 300%.
And you're bitching about it.
That's what's funny is think about this. If you're Disney, all we have to do is con 12 people into paying for a month of Disney Plus, and we can pay one whole writer.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Critical Drinker with the Twitter reply for sure. He snapped on him too with this because this is ridiculous.
Oh, frig. So, oh, God.
Writers Guild, Hearts and Minds. Have you ever heard the term Hearts and Minds?
And then they wonder why they're on strike, right? So, She-Hulk attorney at law writer Cody Ziegler recently claimed that he received a residual check for the show for $396.
Why would you want people to know you were a writer on that show anyways? You should
exactly right.
I wouldn't even put that on my fucking resume, dude.
No, this is not something to be proud of.
No.
No. Especially that you got paid $396.
Yeah, hell no.
Oh my God. So Ziegler's revelation came in response to the Walt Disney Company CEO Bob Iger's recent comments with David Fabler on on NBC's Squawk Box while attending the Sun Valley Conference in Idaho. During the interview, Iger was asked by Faber, speaking of content, we're in the midst of a writer's strike, and very likely it would seem to have an actor's strike. Yeah, well, which is going on right now. How is that going to impact things, and what are your expectations there? And I'll add Pop back in, and nice to have you back, Pop. I hope everything is
Oh,
going okay for
hello.
you.
I'm so
There
sorry
we
for audio
go.
problems. I
Now
am
you
so
sound
sorry for
sexy
audio
again.
problems.
No,
Yes.
it's all good, dude. So Iger responded, well, I think it's very disturbing to me. We've talked about disruptive forces on this business and all the challenges that we're facing and the recovery from COVID, which is ongoing. It's not completely back.
Can I just say that the writers chose to strike coming off the worst year for everyone else in TV? The writers alone and the writers only worked all through it in complete and total isolation and safety, never risking anything. And the very first moment that they could go on strike, while everyone else was still dealing with a lot of lost wages from the COVID pandemic, you know what? They went on strike the first minute they could. The first second they could, people will lose their homes, people will lose their livelihoods, and these people are standing there saying, my paycheck from She-Hulk will only buy me like 3.5 shares of Disney. It was worth one whole share of Disney before you fucked it up.
Yeah,
asshole.
Exactly. Das Wolfen says, yeah, this just proves that writers should be on merit pay. Oh, God, yeah.
Imagine
if that were to happen. Can you imagine?
Why did my father fight communism in Vietnam, Mike? Why did he bother? What do I tell him when he tells me about how hard it was?
Because I think he believed in something called freedom.
I think that your president's brother was one of the people out there advising the people he was fighting against. What do you think of that?
I think so, yeah. I think you're one
of
a
lot of Cuban on Cuban violence happened in Vietnam.
Oh, yeah, of course. So Iger continued, this is the worst time in the world to add to that description. I understand any labor organization's desire to work on behalf of its members to get, the most compensation and to be compensated fairly on the value that they deliver. We managed as an industry to negotiate a very good deal with the Directors Guild that reflects the value that the directors contribute to this great business. We wanted to do the same with the writers, and we'd like to do the same thing with the actors. There's a level of expectation that they have that's just not realistic. And they add to the set of challenges that this business is already facing that is, quite frankly, very disruptive and dangerous.
Wow, I agree with that.
Yeah. As I do agree with that, then why do you hire such crap writers then?
You thought he was going to be president?
Probably. I don't know. It's Bob. Who do you have in HR than hiring all these crap writers then? Like, shit.
I'm utterly confused.
We just went over this, about this whole culture war thing. Well then, oh God, the mind boggles.
By the way, Kevin Feige.
If you're not entering a culture war, then why are you hiring these writers and these directors and these actors that are essentially writing in the whole freaking culture war in the first place?
For $400.
I think what happens is if you hire just one, they come in and assimilate your workplace, and then they only go as fast as the slowest ship, as we see with these stories. How's the Secret Invasion going, guys? There's a great story we got in under the wire.
I haven't watched it after that second episode.
Oh, it is so painfully slow. Oh, God.
That's because they're putting all their effort, those executive producers are putting all their efforts into Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is such a quality fucking program.
Das Wolfen, I would agree with the writers' demands if they didn't have those deal breakers, the guaranteed number of writers on a show and on a guaranteed number of days paid. Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to adapting a book? Bird Box Barcelona is like written by one person who wrote Bird Box. Like, am I right? Right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, this isn't that hard to take a comic, take the script out of the comic, and adapt it slightly for a TV show. You have your script already ready. Like, how hard could it possibly be? But then again, if that's the case, because what was it, Buddy that actually wrote the She-Hulk comic that was actually part of the She-Hulk show. What's his name again? That
it passes through a couple of hands. Was it Burn?
No. We're talking recently, more recently.
Oh shit! That She-Hulk art looked like it was drawn by a fucking fifth grader who needed to go to the shrink.
Yeah. John.
That
Byrne,
recent one.
He did great stories, but yeah, we're talking like more recently.
That would be like Jane Byrne in Hell. Yeah, I don't know. Whoever it was wasn't doing good.
Yeah, but you know, if this is the kind of this is what I got to say. If this is the kind of writing that you put out for a show, for a big, a quote unquote big production, then you deserve that $390 whatever bucks. I'm sorry. So, anyway,
what did he expect to get? I want to know the number value of what that writer really wanted instead of $390 or whatever. What did you really think you were worth? I'm curious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought I was going to be a millionaire. So, no,
time to find a new profession, buddy.
I can't believe someone admitted to writing that show.
I know.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
I would hide that from my resume. I had no involvement. God. I washed my hands of this.
$396 so much. Jesus.
It's like, but sir, the writing credit on that show is for Alan J. Smithy.
Yeah, exactly. When asked why he believes the writers and actors are being unrealistic, Iger punted the question. I can't answer that question. I respect their rights and their desire to get as much as they can possibly can in compensation for their people. You know, I completely respect that. Apparently not. We've been around long enough to understand that dynamic and to appreciate it. But you can have to be, but blah, blah, blah. See, I can't even talk like Bob Iger anymore. But you also have to be realistic about the business environment and what this business can deliver. It is and has been a great business for all these people and will continue to be even through disruptive times. But, you know, being realistic is imperative here, he said. Yeah.
It's capitalism, Captain, but not as we know it.
Yeah, exactly, right. So,
they think they're making money.
Oh, yeah, I know. Because when you're listening to quote-unquote consultants, let's put it this way. When you're listening to consultants, and I'm using air quotations here, like, say, BlackRock, and what's that other one that nobody hardly talks about? McKinsey and Company that was founded like almost 100 years ago. They don't really have your best interests at heart, and they think that essentially, you know, all the big decisions, all the CEOs should be getting the big money, while, yeah, kind of like a trickle-down effect that, well, you're not really doing that much work, so therefore you probably should be getting paid the least, maybe. And yeah, Bob, I think he just thinks he's just all that in a bag of chips, and that people should be more understanding because he has the hardest job of all, running Disney.
Yeah, he looks like he never sleeps at night, right? Looks like it's really rough on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So life is so hard. Anybody?
Yeah. You should have to fucking shrimp Brie Larson.
Yeah, exactly right. So, reacting to Variety's cover. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I want to thank the lovely Sherry for tweeting that out the other day. Oh my god.
Yes. So, let's see here. Reacting to Variety's coverage of Iger's comments, Ziegler revealed the abysmal residual check he received from writing the She-Hulk Attorney at Law episode Ribbit and Rippet, which, oh god, yeah, which introduced
Holy shit!
Daredevil
Wait,
into the
yeah,
MCU.
I was gonna say that was maybe the very worst one.
Yeah, I think probably. And
But also the
hard to
one that the
say.
most people also the one that the most people watched because it had
Because of Daredevil. Yep.
because of Daredevil.
So what is that saying? That after the first 8 or 9 episodes, first of all, Disney might not be paying people a good wage. I'm not going to defend that corporation at all.
No.
But what does that say about how many? I mean, you didn't have the best show to flex with, but you did have its best episode. So that's a wild card here.
Yeah, it is.
Because
Well,
I know
She-Hulk-
I mentally checked out on that show about 2 minutes after the beginning when they fly off the cliff.
Oh god, yeah, I know.
The
Jeez.
stupid came at you hard and fast.
Oh,
it was like a
it
fire
did.
hose of idiocy. When she crawls into that bar,
Yep.
choosing to crawl in the back door of the bar to
Yeah.
go to the ladies' room, because that's where you go when you've been thrown off a cliff in your
Yes.
car.
Exactly.
And that entire sequence was constructed just so we could see cross-dressed men in the ladies' room.
Oh, of course.
I know they were like high-fiving over that one, and like that was like by like 4 or 5 minutes in.
Mm-hmm. Dos Wolfen says, I think we ought to turn over making comics to AI and see if it can do better. It certainly did do a lot than the offering of the last several years. Yeah. Oh my god. I wonder. I really wonder about that at this point. Yeah, probably AI
Aren't
can
the
come up with a better
Simpsons-
script.
Is The Simpsons like images now AI and stuff like that? Wait, don't they use computers to basically do the Family Guy?
I
Or is that,
think
no one's
so.
drawing animation cells, right? They're drawing like every 25th cell or something.
Yeah, pretty much, right? And it's all it's all computer now. So
We got a fat guy in a mocap suit.
yeah, exactly. God, it's like copy paste on little accessories here and there. So while She-Hulk Attorney at Law's per episode budget was $25 million, and that's more than enough, Disney only compensated the Emmy-nominated writer a meager $396 residual on top of the undisclosed amount that he had already received for his staff work on the show. The
That's gotta be
residual
a $10,000 episode, right?
Oh,
Come on.
yeah, exactly, right? The residual check for my episode of She-Hulk Attorney at Law was $396.
$396 too many.
He
Yep.
only paid the taxes on the check I got for writing it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, this... oh,
Fuck
God.
them. What a
Yeah.
stupid thing to brag.
It is, really.
I wrote She-Hulk and all I got was this lousy reputation and $396.
Yep, that's about it. Oh my god. Well, you put out a crap show. Well, expect to get crap pay.
I think that people were driven away from watching that show, and I am quite sure that there are more minutes of Disparu and the Critical Drinker watched talking about how bad it is. And they misjudged so badly when they decided which person to go after. Like, what did Doomcock say after one episode? Before everything happened, what did he say? Not really my thing. I'm going to write it off as harmless. Want to watch it. Who cares? And then he moved on to something else. And who do they go after?
Yep.
Everyone else is taking like 2 butcher's knives to the show. And they went after the one person who's like, who cares? Go ahead.
Oh, I love this. Yeah. So, which is better to make a ton of money at Disney? A, dumpster fires. B, burning piles of cash. C, checking boxes. Or D, making good content people like. Don't know about that.
I'd like to phone a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Use one of my lifelines, please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this picture says it all, isn't it, though? Jeez. Yeah. Make garbage, burn piles of money. Yeah. Make good TV movies and
The picture of the
movies and
garbage
TV.
cart. the garbage cartoon was too cool looking, honestly, for them. It was better looking than their stuff.
Exactly, right? Oh, jeez. But here's the good thing leading into that. And Tig, I think you might just enjoy this because, yes, because it does have to do with a fellow New Yorker. So,
all right. I know everyone in New York knows each other.
There we go. Because SAG and after President Fran Drescher suggests that the Walt Disney Company locked Bob Iger behind doors.
You fucked Dr. Detroit. I mean, come on.
It's not like any of them are doing any good anyway.
Well,
is that a routine? And is she really from New York? I mean, I know in the show and the song she's from Queens and whatever, but I don't know where she starts out. I mean, I don't know a lot about Fran Drescher. I really don't.
Apparently so, as far as I know. So, let me have a look here. I'm just gonna look quick.
I mean, she's funny in Spinal Tap. She's freaking hilarious.
Oh God, yes, that's for sure.
That one. You have a woman on all fours.
Yeah,
she plays herself in Spinal Tap. Is she?
Yep.
It makes sense. She's got
Queens.
the same act. She sounds like my mom and my grandmother. She totally is from Queens.
Yeah, so then there you go. Yeah, so President Fran Drescher of SAG blasted the Walt Disney Company CEO Bob Iger and even suggested the company should have him locked behind doors. Yes, and I do believe that I saw this video, so good for her for actually speaking out on here. So Drescher's comments were a reaction to Bob Iger's recent comments made during a CNBC interview from the Sun Valley Conference in Idaho. So it seems like a lot happened at that conference in Idaho. When asked about both the writers and actors strikes, Iger said, well, I think it's very disturbing to me. We've talked about disruptive forces in the business, like I said before, and all the challenges that we're facing and the recovery from COVID, which is going on and not completely back. This is the worst time for the world to add to that disruption. He continued, I understand any labor organization's desire to work on behalf of its members to get, the most compensation, as I just said earlier, and to be compensated fairly based on the value that they deliver. That's right, Bob. You did say that, as we just mentioned earlier. Iger then pointed to the negotiations with the Directors Guild. We managed as an industry to negotiate a very good deal with the Directors Guild that reflects the value that the directors contribute to this great business. We wanted to do the same thing with the writers, and we'd like to do the same thing with the actors. However, he shared his belief that both writers and actors are being unrealistic in their demands. There's a level of expectation that they have that's just not realistic, and they are adding to a set of challenges that this business is already facing and is, quite frankly, very disruptive and dangerous. That's right, Bob. Yeah. But,
I mean, and here he is framed by all these people that are so admirable and illustrious. There's the writer of Book of Boba Fett, and the super charming star of The Mandalorian. He's always so nice to us when he talks to us on Twitter, and I can't imagine why you would think this image would undermine his case or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all these geniuses and charmers.
Oh yes, exactly. I mean, you got the illustrious Bob Iger, and of course you got John Favreau and Pedro Pascal that still hasn't been fired for speaking out with his tweets. So, and I believe that's Alan Bergman.
I want to know, honestly, like, if John Favreau, is he going to redeem himself, or is he part of, like, he seems to have stomped off in frustration, or are we going to come back to a season 4 of the Orville that's, like, written by John Favreau, and it's like Book of Boba Fett bad? Because his name's now on a lot of bad shit. He's on 20 terrible episodes of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. His name is on those. They are fucking terrible. Yep. Fucking terrible. The last 20 fucking stories you gave us are fucking horrible, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I always leave the benefit of the
And you're-
doubt there because I always wonder how much interference was he getting from
Had to be a lot.
Kennedy. Quite a
But
bit.
then
Yeah.
to which
This guy gave us
to
Iron Man, dude.
he gave us Iron Man 3 though.
Yes, that's true.
True.
I mean,
looking back, I don't hate that movie as much as I used to. There's a lot worse things that have come out.
there are
more
so
recently.
many worse
That's
things,
true
but
too.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
But
sad. You have to look at it in comparison to other things that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
it's bottom shelf phase 1 or phase 2, whatever it was. It's bottom shelf for that. It's only about as good as Ant-Man, but it's still. I mean, it's still okay. Actually, Ant-Man's better. Ant-Man 1's better than Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's easy.
Not by
Definitely.
yards and yards, but like Iron Man 3 just kind of like Super Soldier Gwyneth. Yeah.
Yeah. that's
Pepper
true.
Potts, and then you had Guy Pearce. I'm the real Mandarin, and he just gets bonked in the head.
Well, it
What a
looked like
villain.
that
true.
movie looked like it was going somewhere until we ran into the guy who was supposed to be the Mandarin, and he's just like, it's like
God,
that's
yeah.
when you, So I mean, he also wrote that, and
True.
there's a rumor out there that the first cut of Iron Man was unfucking watchable.
I thought Shane Black did Iron Man 3.
Which one did Jon Favreau help write?
First and second one for sure.
The first and second one for sure. Yeah.
I'm
take a
pretty
look at
sure
IMDb.
Shane Black had his stink
Sha-
all over
and-
Iron Man 3.
Shane Black could fuck up a wet dream.
I mean, this man was in Predator, and he couldn't even make a Predator movie. Like,
Yeah. I'll give it that much.
he had no idea what he was doing.
No, that's true. But when asked to clarify his comments about why they're being unrealistic, Iger said, I can't answer
you're
that
right.
question. Yeah. I respect their rights and their desire to get as much as they possibly can get in compensation for their people. You know, I completely respect that. I've been around for a long time to understand that dynamic and appreciate it. But you have to be realistic about the business environment and what this business can deliver, Iger added. It is and has been a great business for all these people, and it will continue to be even through disruptive times. But, you know, being realistic is imperative here. So, sure, Bob. Sure. But
Guys,
I got point where
I got to say something here. Jon Favreau's off his turf as a writer. He didn't write any of the Iron Man movies. He just directed them.
Oh, shit.
No writing credit that I can see anywhere.
I thought he wrote the first one, but damn. Who wrote the
Nope.
first one then?
First one has got writing credits for Mark Fergus, Hawk Ostby, Art Markram.
Bring
and
those
Matt
guys back.
Holloway.
Yeah.
Matt Holloway.
Let's have those
What's-
guys write the next Disney project. See what happens. You know what I mean?
This
Like,
is the thing.
Go with what
It
works.
wasn't- it wouldn't really, honestly, it wouldn't be bringing them back, right? It's honestly, it's that they were never kept around by Disney. These are Paramount people.
Oh, that's right. But I was gonna
Yes,
say Disney could
that's
offer
right,
them
because-
400 bucks, you know?
Because the first Iron Man movie was put through by Paramount.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's all Paramount up until Avengers 1.
Yeah.
Damn. They can't
Let's
even
remember
take credit
that.
for
Most
one
of
their
the good
best
stuff has
movies.
nothing. Yeah, Disney just like they can't. They're like Saruman or Sauron from Lord of the Rings, right? He can't create. He can only corrupt and destroy.
Exactly. Then he shared his thoughts that the strikes will have a very, very damaging effect on the whole business. Yeah. Well, if you didn't hire like all CW writers, you know, then maybe they wouldn't be like, you know, I don't know, not really getting paid as much. So there's a huge collateral damage in the industry to people who are, you know, who are support services. I can go on and on, he continued. It'll affect the economy of, you know, different regions, even because of their sheer size of the business. It's a shame. It really is a shame. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Well, God, I want this freaking cow-faced freaking woman just gone.
I really like. I despise her. I swear.
Welcome, Dad Man Walking.
Yes,
Hey,
welcome, Dad Man
Walking.
Walking.
Hello.
How's it going, dude?
I love that avatar. I'm trying to figure out what it is, but I love
know.
it. It's hilarious.
He's
it's
such a
really
great guy
cool.
to talk to too, man. What a Chad.
I'm always thinking this is like a banana that's really going ripe.
Yeah.
Or
what's going on
like
with
it
that
got
browning
dipped in
part?
chocolate. I
that
don't
could be too.
understand at all. Or it's chocolate that is got part of a being eaten by a giant Venus flytrap.
Or it's a half burnt French fry.
Please tell us in the chat what it
Yeah,
is.
'cause it looks like it's like he's got stitches, like it's like stitched together,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like a
It's
mask or
story.
something.
Okay.
It's a story.
It's a story. Oh, well, that's very interesting then. Now I want to know more.
You're allowed to tell that story on Saving Star Trek.
You are, yes. So, so responding to these comments, here we go.
Again.
By
the way,
he's got the greatest.
Here we go.
I just want to
Here we
say,
go.
I had a chance to Google this, Fran Drescher. She's not just from Queens. She's from the same town as me and Trump.
Yeah.
Jamaica. Everyone from Queens is from Run DMC, LL Cool J, 50 Cent. Everyone from Queens is from Jamaica. And like that's just like one town out of like 60.
Oh, there you go. Your kid created it. That's awesome, dude. I like that. So, investors, I'm in danger.
It's really cool. Your kid's got a flair. He created something.
Yeah,
really,
exactly, man.
I always find it really arresting. I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, what is it? What the hell can it be?
So, responding to the comments, Drescher told Variety, I found them terribly repugnant and out of touch, positively tone deaf. I don't think it served him well. Yeah. So So I gotta play Fran because I love Fran Drescher.
What did you think about Bob Iger's comments yesterday?
I found them terribly repugnant and out of touch, positively tone deaf. And, I don't think it served him well. If I were that company, I would lock him behind doors and never let him talk to anybody about this because it's so obvious that he has no clue as to what is really happening on the ground with hardworking people that don't make anywhere near the salary that he's making. Why 7 figures, 8 figures? It's like, this is crazy money that they make and they don't care. They're like land barons of a medieval time.
What did you think?
Land barons.
Wow. Land barons.
And now you know what it's like when my mom calls me up and now you guys know what it's like to for me when my mom calls me up and yells at me. Just close your eyes. It sounds exactly like that.
Oh, wow. Nice. Oh, Deadman,
she has
Fortnite,
a really
Philly
strong
and I
queen.
talk college football and a football with the stitches.
yeah.
Okay.
So
but now we know.
Okay,
Throw your
gotcha.
link in the chat, my man.
Yeah.
Ed Rocco the Brave is here.
Yeah, Rocco the Brave.
What's up,
Talk
Rocco?
about tone deaf.
Yeah. You know what? Are we sure that that's not from right after she walked out of Dial of Destiny? Because then she would be correct.
Yeah. Or any Marvel movie for that matter.
I
Or
saw a
just
guy
basically any movie lately.
You know, right before your show, I was getting a taco, and a guy was walking next to me, and he had an Indiana Jones shirt on that was great. And I looked at it twice, and it said Dial of Destiny. I go, wow. And this is the kind of thing I'm used to saying on Mondays after a Jet game. That's a tough shirt to wear right now. And he goes, I didn't mind it. And I looked at him for a minute, and I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, Mission Impossible 7, though, that was pretty bad. And I was just like, well, nice talking to you, buddy. I'm gonna get my taco.
Oh my god!
Weird.
Goat father. How do you how?
I'm making these on the fly.
I love it.
Oh my god!
The Screen Actors Guild.
Because Team America reminded us what Film Actors Guild spells.
Well, I think that they got in trouble for that movie or had to pay a fine because there are no actors, and also like Alec Baldwin couldn't play himself. He wanted to, and they were down with it, but like SAG wouldn't let him. So who knows? This is like, I don't know that I understand this particular union.
Oh, Dustin Wolfen, you got to run. Thanks for sticking around, dude. You're going to see Sound of Freedom. Awesome, man. Thank you. Cool. Yes, go and support that film and spread the word about it, man. So great to have you drop by, dude.
Yes. She calls them land barons. And then we have that other article where they're paying people $400.
Exactly. Well, you can see the dichotomy happening here, right?
There might be
Our
some
only-
truth in what she's saying.
We need to take off and nuke the entire site from orbit.
Only
The
way to be sure. Yes.
The only way to be sure.
So this is the thing, though. I mean, yeah, these CEOs are making millions of dollars, but they're paying their writers crap. But then again, on top of that, the writers are producing crap.
Yeah.
So you really can't blame them that they're getting paid like, you know, basically 400, a few pennies short of $400.
Yeah. If you're
So
getting
it's
paid
like,
crap,
who do you,
you're gonna make crap.
so who do you cheer for? Yeah,
Exactly. Who do you cheer for?
you know,
Hire the Bird Box guy. He can write
there
a
are
story.
check boxes for art. It's not art. Yeah, that's right. So I
agree. Wow.
I really, honest to God, don't know who really to cheer for in this. Yeah, because
It's Alien
versus
vs. Predator, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, who's the good
don't
guy?
know which
here?
one stupid in that movie.
Yeah, yes. I don't even know I don't know who's the evil one either, like with the aliens and the predators. I'm like, I guess anytime any one of them dies, it's a win for me. I don't know. Like, what am I
Yeah,
supposed to
because
root
at
for
least
here?
in Alien versus Predator, you know, the Predators are cool because they're badass, but aliens just rip everybody to shreds, but that makes them equally as badass. So who do you hope that wins, right? You want aliens to win, but then again, yeah, Predators are pretty cool too. So what do you do?
Halfway through that movie, I walked back out of the theater and asked for my money back, or my ticket to another movie. It was so fucking bad.
Oh, but wait, there's the third element where you have to introduce the humans in the middle. They're the wild card.
The fodder for the aliens too, like to make them.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
They're fodder for the aliens and the predators. You know.
Yeah, they're just fodder.
Isn't
no time to invest in character or make them interesting. They're just meat.
Exactly right.
Is the star of that eternally franchise cursed Tandy Newton, who's just in every franchise's worst movie by through no fault of her own?
Who is that?
She's in Mission Impossible 2 and she's in Solo.
Oh God, her. Oh.
It's not her fault. It's not like she can't act, and it's not like she's
No.
not pretty. But the movies she's in are always the worst. It's not her fault. I can't blame Solo on her. That movie, her agent sucks, but also like Lawrence Kasdan's son has to stop writing. He wrote Solo. He wrote Willow.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's writing Secret War.
Oh, jeez.
Or Secret
that
Invasion.
explains
I'm
everything.
sorry, Secret Invasion.
Ugh.
It's so secret, no one can remember the fucking name.
Remember when that movie was a thing?
Rocco asks, "Is she a Norbert?"
I remember when that movie was a thing. Back when Eddie Murphy had a career. Oh, remember that?
Is she an orbit?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That movie I only watched once. That's a terrible
And
film.
Titan, I wanted to ask, did you get your prize in the mail? I forgot to ask you last time. So, see, now you're here now.
well,
I'm asking now.
That's right.
For the 750th sub giveaway. That's right. So I'm just hoping that he received his prize in the mail. So, but yeah, no, it's so who do you cheer for in this case, right? Because on one hand, the writers are producing crap, but then again, it looks like they're not exactly getting paid very well. And so in that case, they have a right to go on strike. But then again, if you were a good writer, you'd probably be getting paid more. So
let me spin this in a way that people could easily understand. You ready? This morning, in a puzzling turn of events, a drunk driver hit a serial killer.
yeah, exactly right.
Like, who's the hero?
Yeah,
the car.
Precisely. The car.
Detroit. Detroit is the hero.
Detroit.
Doctor, woohoo!
Oh.
She's the chick from Doctor Detroit runs the SAG-AFTRA union.
Oh jeez.
How many times is she fucking? How many times is she freebased with Chevy Chase with Donna Dixon and what's his face Doctor Detroit? Fucking what the hell's his name? I forget. I'm blanking.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember now. God, I know exactly what you were talking about too. Jeez.
The craziest, most annoying Ghostbuster and SNL member not named Chevy Chase.
Oh God, yeah. Crap.
He's in driving Miss Daisy. Help me. I had it and it went away.
Oh,
that's
yes, I know. Oh, crap! It's on.
Hang on, I have IMDb open. I'm gonna Google driving Miss Daisy.
Okay. Because here's the thing. Like, on one hand, I'll support, like, Fran Drescher and also on top of that, Justine Bateman, because she's been a vocal speaker out on the writer's strike and whatnot, and especially Justine Bateman, who's part of SAG, that's been very much speaking out about the use of AI in cinema, in what's been going on in the industry as well. So yeah, Dan Aykroyd. Okay, yeah.
I got it. Yeah, just as you were you said it before. I googled it up. Thank you, chat. But I was gonna say, and thank you, because I was gonna say either Jessica Tandy or Morgan Freeman. Looking at the cast.
Yeah. So I mean, kudos to them, but then again, writer's strike on strike, nothing of value will be lost.
Straight up.
That's true.
They didn't exactly go when they had. Honestly, yeah. If I was, and the actors, I mean, going on strike when there's nothing in the pipeline. I mean, all right. I mean, if that's your thing, but my thought here is, it's puzzling to me that you wouldn't, if you were running this writers guild, you got to be like, everybody, look, we're coming off a rough year, but what we need to do is we go parody for a year or two more. While this industry stabilizes and we see the lay of the land, because these streaming services are failing as fast as they're coming up. So there's no point in dealing with this right now, because we can't divide what doesn't exist between ourselves if it collapses. So why don't we all just, like, put our nose to the grindstone? Don't buy that second boat. Don't buy that second boat. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to get by on one boat. It might even need to be a Boston whaler. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be rough.
Yep.
Tighten up. We're all going to have to tighten our belts and write some good stories for about 2 years, and then we're going to make our move.
Yep. Rocco says, so for the past couple of years, has the writers been holding their good stories hostage until they're paid more? Because I haven't seen anything that's entertaining to give them a raise. Exactly, right? So
I would also say this: if you wrote one good story, you could write more. But, like, where's the person who's written one? Where's Jonathan Kasdan's good? Where's John Kasdan's good show, good story? Dawson's Creek.
But so they're like land barons, of medieval times. So I don't know really who I really want to support in this. I mean, obviously it's not Disney. Obviously it's not Disney. And it's not going to be the writers.
Yeah.
Here's an idea.
Cancel the fans are suffering the most.
Cancel cable and go to medieval times. Go see that. That's a fun night out. That'll last you through the whole month. We'll be talking about that for 29 days.
Yeah, and a different night
will
win
win every
night.
When it comes down to this, it's time to pick up a good book and read something entertaining.
There you go.
But go buy a DVD off Amazon. They've supplied great TV. They'll be back with more Rings of Power.
Yep.
We all can't wait. Happy on and I are salivating for Rings of Power.
I can't wait to roast that show into oblivion. It's gonna be amazing.
You're getting great practice on Star Trek. It's the same kind of idiocy.
And the Titan says, now's the time for independent content creators to step up, put the nail in the coffin of Hollywood. Exactly. Yep.
Well, yes, if you had an independent movie, now's the time. Make your move. And if you're a bank and somebody has a decent scripted movie and they seem like they're not, like, on meth at that moment, I might consider, like, bankrolling a movie from someone who wasn't Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
And who wasn't Alec Baldwin. Like, don't want to be him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, no. No.
By the way,
this is exactly what I'm looking into right now, or at least trying to somehow try to find, like, maybe some sort of government funding to get a plot of land to open up a studio so we can produce decent friggin' shows, movies, whatever. Because this is stupid. I'm sick and tired of, like, reading, or not really reading, but viewing all the stupid crap content that's constantly being pushed out by this industrial entertainment industry.
Can we premiere it with a script? Can we premiere it with a script written by ChatGPT to prove how wrong these people are?
Oh God, can you imagine
Right?
a movie and put it out? Yeah, this is the Chat GPT movie.
And the Titan is definitely right. It's time for independent
Yeah.
creators to just because the door has never been more open for other people with how bad DC and Marvel and everything's been doing.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Jump
look at
on it
the
now.
comic stuff. Like
Yeah.
people
Yes.
decided this is enough of this. We'll just make our own, and then all of a sudden they make their own, and holy crap, we made a couple $1 million on just reservations, and now we have ink presses or companies that we have contracted, and all of a sudden we're on issue 2, 3, all the way to 5, and they're going strong, and yet these crappy writers are like, why can't we make money?
Well, that's the thing,
I don't know,
right?
guys.
The
Rippaverse is doing all right, ain't it?
well, that's true as far as I
Yeah.
know.
You too can make money if you supply a product that people want.
Go through
Yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
and there's plenty of fan-produced content on YouTube that is just fantastic. I mean, I've come across Star Wars fan films, Star Trek fan films, or
They're not taken
fan-produced.
down. Yeah.
Wow, yeah,
Yeah.
there's Star Trek Continues that has managed to stay up.
Mm-hmm.
Starship Essex, also a decent Star Trek show written by fans. Their props are better than their story, but it's worth the half-hour watch. It's good.
Yeah, true.
Or is it Starship Exeter?
Nah,
I'm not sure if
I don't
it's Exeter or Essex. It's an okay fan film. It's not bad.
Yeah, but yeah, I think somebody's going to come along and do the same thing that people are doing now in comics, where somebody's just going to go, you know what? Yeah, we'll step in. We'll make good content, and it's already happening anyway, because well, the sound of freedom, for example.
Well, we're gonna get Australia. We're gonna get Australian and K-pop shit first. We're gonna get Korean TV first. I mean, Squid Game happened during peak production from Hollywood.
Yep,
or the best
that's right.
they could pull off for a while.
I've been watching a lot of those Korean shows, and a lot of them are really good.
And I'm going to say this: like Bud Light found this out the hard way. If your product's only okay, and people are only doing it because of OCD or they have some other kind of fucking problem, if you give them time to think about it by hitting them in the head real hard and just stunning them too long, they may think their way out of spending any more money on you after you tell them how to think, feel, or insult them for not thinking or feeling a certain way. Maybe you should shut the fuck up and make a product.
Yeah, exactly right. Put your money where your mouth is.
I've yet to see the successful political film that doesn't have like an Alan Sorkin kind of name attached to it. You know, like no one cares.
Yeah, exactly.
All the President's Men, a police procedural. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah.
Where's your political message movie that everyone loves?
Oh, well, then that being said, why don't we go through about who's been in the chat lately? So, yeah, so basically we had, and I want to thank everybody that's been here. So we had first in the chat was Super Goji Review, and I'm just going through the list here on YouTube. First, I guess, Super Good Reviews, and then, of course, we had Lenrod that was popping in as well. And Tim the Enchanter. Don't know if he's still in the chat, but Tim the Enchanter, if you're still here, hail, we love you as well. And everybody's favorite lady, Carla Burton, that has...
We love you, Carla Burton.
Yeah, we do. And definitely missed you as well. And Das Wolfen, of course. Great to have you on board. And Dad Man Walking... And God, yeah, make a comic of that picture that your kid created. That'd be interesting to see. So, and Rocco the Brave, love that name. I don't know why, I just do. And of course the Titan as well. So great to have you guys drop on in. And on Rumble, well, the only comment that I can see is actually by Rancor Steve. So Steve, I appreciate you. Thank you for dropping on in, and I don't know if you're still there or Carla was saying something earlier about something going on with the Rumble chat, so I don't know why.
Rumble chat can be really strange.
Yeah. I wonder if I should
Rumble chat can be weird. If you refresh it, stuff goes away. Yeah,
Oh, right.
I've opened up opened up a fresh browser, right? And so the chat's just gone. And when I toggle the chat settings, there's nothing here like restore. Like it's just you get what you got when you get there. But there are 9 of you watching now, and we really thank you a lot. And if you could give my good friend the Comic Relief Crusader a couple more likes, it would be great to get this up to 6 or 7. Because 4, that's a good start. It's a good start.
Yeah, that's not too shabby. So
he's a mighty warrior against the woke.
I'm trying so very hard. Yeah, because right now, as it stands, I'm looking into a movie camera. I just need to get about $6,000 Canadian. So, yay!
Ooh.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Why don't we just
damn good one? So
why don't we get a loan? Let's do this on the same way Hollywood does it. You make a DBA, right? We get a credit card from the DBA. We buy a camera outright. We begin filming on cash advances from the credit cards that we get from the DBA. And then we bankrupt the corporation and pay whoever we feel like afterwards. And we'll have a movie. We could probably sell the camera to get the money back to pay off the camera.
Exactly. I like that idea. Carla Burton, yeah, I use my iPhone and I have to turn off the app and restart it after chatting because it freezes. Oh yeah, okay, because I had that happen on occasion too. So Appion, what do you got there, dude? Plug away.
All right. Yeah, thanks for having me on your show. It's been a lot of fun. I do Saving Star Trek with Admiral Teague. You can catch me on that show with him. I do my own streams over on my channel. I play video games and stuff. Right now I'm playing The Witcher and a couple others, but I do a lot of these panels like this with my buddies, and you'll catch them on there as well. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this YouTube thing. Oh, thank you.
It can be a lot of fun.
Coming up?
Yeah.
Yep. Anything coming up?
I'm definitely planning on doing another Two Guys Talking with my buddy Rocco the Brave. We're going to talk about the Mummy movies. I know that for sure is like on my plans. I just watched those yesterday again to refresh myself. Yeah.
The Brendan Fraser ones?
The Brendan Fraser ones. Yeah, and not that Tom Cruise crap, but like that's like his worst movie in a long time, but yeah.
and then the weirdest thing about that is that like Rachel Weisz is no fun, but she's in that.
Love her in those movies, though.
Yeah.
She's not a problem in those movies. Mm-hmm. She can act and stuff. It's just that in real life, she's kind of no fun. Like, whenever you see statements that she says are kind of not any fun.
Yeah.
I know, right? Weird. It is so weird.
She's married to James Bond, who's also just not a lot of fun. Like, former James... Thank God he's not James Bond anymore.
I don't ever... Are you talking about Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
Isn't he married to Rachel Weisz still?
He wasn't James Bond to me. I don't ever consider him James Bond. The fakest Bond in my lifetime.
That's
my opinion. I don't know. I grew up with Pierce Brosnan as my
Brosnan was the better one.
Yeah.
I love Daniel Craig as Bond because now I'm taller than Bond. I'm smarter than Bond. I'm a lot more handsome than Bond. All he's got on me is
more
that
of a personality than Bond.
I would enjoy being James Bond and not look miserable the whole time. And if you asked me how I felt about being James Bond, I'd be like, I love the money and I love getting to go to different parts of the world to see them. And and I'm just not going to marry a really mean-spirited intersexual feminist, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But instead, Daniel Craig has to go fuck that up. This James Bond is such a fucking loser. Critical Drinker said it first, but everybody noticed it. Come on, he's still hung up on a Weekend Stand from like 10 years ago. He goes to Eva Green's grave and cries all day. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. At least we had some context for why Roger Moore's James Bond picked up where George Lazenby's James Bond left off and went to his wife's grave in a dignified manner, and then we dumped we dumped Blofeld down a factory chimney in a really weird moment, as weird as the Pink Floyd album Animals, but I mean that's different. That's different. A little different. Because Roger Moore enjoyed himself and liked being Bond.
Yeah. Admiral Teague, what do you got coming up? Plug away.
Oh, my God. Well, coming this Thursday, hopefully a more normal time, we won't have to stay up till the middle of the night to watch it again because that was a living hell. We will be watching Strange New Worlds during my live watch. I will be trying to stay with you as much as I can on the chat, but those are going to fall a little behind because I have to actually watch it. So pity me. But I will tell you what's going on so you don't have to watch it. Appion is usually there with me. We've managed to amuse each other more than the show has ever entertained us. Like, we have to work pretty hard to make fun times from that Star Trek. But you can catch me and Appion there over on YouTube, and you can also catch me here on the Rumble side, Admiral Teague. I am here as well. And this is my Rumble. I'll just throw it into the chat, and I'll throw it on Rumble. And please come by. We also do Saving Star Treks on Friday at 4 and Saturday at 7 or 8. Usually getting close. It's starting to get closer to 8. And that's just a talk show where we do things other than talk about Strange New Worlds and New Trek. New Trek's kind of become a one-day-a-week thing. It's not like Picard where the stakes were high and anyone thought anything would come of it. That's what I'm up to.
There we go. Pop Culture Republic.
Hello.
Go ahead. Plug away, my dude.
All right. I'm Pop. My channel is Pop Culture Republic. I do well to do a live stream once a week, usually late at night, because I like to joke about weaponizing my insomnia. So here recently, it's become harder and harder because I'm starting to find myself getting more sleep at night. So though I will try to do more live streams
Sorry,
during the week.
The Goatfather.
Oh yeah, that's something right there. I've been watching that off and on throughout the stream. Yeah, occasional live stream once a week. I may try doing one more Wednesday or Thursday. So maybe not so late.
Yeah. Any
Just
particular
trying to juggle. No particular subject. I tend to go all over the place. Movies, TV shows, comic books, things I enjoy, novels, anything and everything.
Nice.
I have heard this fine broadcast. When it is on, it is really good. It's entertaining and engaging, and he's a good host.
Goodness. Thank you. Check is in the mail, by the way.
You've seen me in the chat a few times.
Behind the billboard.
Yes, I have.
What airports?
I have that alert set. I have notifications on for PCR.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you.
And everybody's favorite producer, part of one of the most entertaining shows of a group of bad guys that talk about manly man stuff. Goatfather.
Bad guy coming through.
I got bored and decided to make stuff about sharks. And if you notice, when he ejects a shell, it's actually a red-colored shark. That being said, I'm kind of considering making a possible video series about alternate living in terms of a little bit of off-grid, how to cool your home without having a bill by using various technologies, stuff of the sort, especially that could be more for like van life people or people that are really on a budget and they really want to save money over time. So I'm starting to consider that. Might do that, might not, don't know. Future will tell.
Nice. And so what's going on as we can see Shark Week on Manorama?
No, we're disturbed by the licking of the shark than the crowbar. It's very strange.
I want to know, are we going to get a lawyer maybe for Shark Week? Shouldn't we have a divorce lawyer on the show or something like that?
You know what? As long as it's not more writers. I'm sick of writers. It's just, no, they keep taking over the show and stuff. No more freaking writers. Let them be a part of the strike for all I care.
That's right.
But that being said, the official Shark Week is July 23rd as the start date.
Oh, man.
Not that anyone here needs to hear it from us, but Doomcock's a thing. Overlord DVD. You can hear Mike on there sometimes. Every once in a while. I've been on there once. That's a good show. We recommend that one too.
I suppose. Not that he needs our help.
He does not need our help. But
and I know Appion loves to see Gordon Freeman lick various objects.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a show within a show, folks.
Watch That's right.
Lick. What's he gonna lick this week?
What will Gordon Freeman lick today?
So, from everybody on this panel, thank you, chat, for joining in. Whether you're on Rumble and whether you're on YouTube, follow these fine gentlemen with their fine performances and their fine content. It's more entertaining than any other writer that's putting anything out in Hollywood right now today. So thank you, chat, for joining in. Please. Hit the like button and hit that notification bell on all our respective shows on top of that as well. And thank you all for joining in. Really appreciate it. Stay tuned for another Titillating Tuesday as we're slowly approaching 50 shows coming up in another 8 weeks. Yeah. And then on top of that, I'm going to have to, I know, kind of weird, isn't it?
Do we all get like 5-finger rings with like the YouTube logo, 4-finger rings with the YouTube logo on them?
Nah, more like a.
That would be so gangsta.
So we'll do it with a Rumble logo. Yeah, exactly right. So thank you, chat, for joining in. Stay tuned for another Titillating Tuesday next week with these fine gentlemen joining into the fray as we talk about all the stupid stuff that's going on out there. So from all of us here to all of you out there, see you next week. Bye.
And remember, enjoy Twitter while it's up because it's working right now.
That's right.
Tweet while you can. Tweet them while you got them.